Have you ever wondered why, even though you bathe daily and your hair and clothes are clean and fresh, your body still experiences symptoms like itching, soreness, or even persistent infections, especially after age 60? Or perhaps you've heard friends and family lament, "The older I get, the more uncomfortable I feel in my own body, even though I try to keep it clean." I've met hundreds, even thousands of people over 70, each with a long story about health, loneliness, and the silent pains that come with aging. But after many years of listening and walking alongside them, I realized not everyone knows that just 5 small areas of the body, if neglected, can subtly cause you to lose confidence, health, and even the ability to live independently. Most people focus on visible areas like the face, hands, shoulders, back, but ignore crucial hidden spots, especially as the immune system weakens, skin thins, and recovery ability slows significantly compared to youth. Did you know that according to the World Health Organization, WHO, and experts in elderly health, up to 70% of skin infections, sores, fungal issues, and musculoskeletal problems in people over 60 originate from these often overlooked areas? This is a truth proven by many senior health studies. Improperly cleaning these hidden corners increases the risk of infection by 2 to 3 times, prolonging recovery after illness or falls, and can even lead to a loss of self-care ability. The keywords senior health predictions, advice for the elderly, and life after 70 are no longer just theory, but a daily reality for millions of seniors worldwide. Have you ever wondered why sometimes just a small crack on your heel, a red area in your groin, or an itchy spot on your armpit or between your fingers can make you lose sleep, feel uncomfortable, and anxious for days? Imagine you are Tom, 74 years old, once very healthy, living happily with his children and grandchildren. Every morning, he would shower thoroughly, thinking he was meticulous. But then one day, his feet started cracking and hurting when he walked. His groin was always damp and uncomfortable, his fingers were itchy, his armpits had an uncontrollable odor, and his navel started showing a slight red mark. Tom thought, "This is just what happens when you get old." Only when his daughter took him to the doctor did the doctor gently say, "An elderly person's body is like an old garden. Neglect even a small corner, and disease will spread quickly. Clean these 5 areas every day, and you'll see a difference." Tom's story is also the story of countless seniors worldwide. You are not alone. That's the message from hundreds of comments I've read from people over 60, 70, and 80. I used to think washing my face and hair was enough. Who knew just a crack on my heel would make me lose sleep for a month? Thank you for talking about the groin and armpit areas. Now I understand why I get inflamed and sore so easily. Just 5 minutes, and my life feels so much lighter, my confidence returned. These are the crucial hidden spots that demand your attention for true healthy aging. Feet, the foundation of independence. Did you know that in the US, 1 out of 4 people over 70 has been hospitalized due to complications from small foot wounds? According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, foot infections or ulcers are a common cause of loss of mobility in the elderly, especially for patients with diabetes or poor circulation. Listen to the story of George, 75, a retired carpenter living in Texas. George used to think just showering was enough, until a small crack on his heel turned into a painful ulcer that prevented him from going to the market for 2 months. The doctor said, if Mr. George had taken the time to check his feet daily, washed thoroughly and dried carefully between his toes and on his heels, things would have been different. From then on, George reminded himself every morning before putting on his shoes, "I will take care of my feet as I would an old friend who has supported me my whole life." Thanks to this, he recovered, became healthier, and no longer feared complications from poor hygiene. Why are feet dangerous if neglected? Thin skin, poor blood circulation, prone to cracking and infection. Fungus and bacteria grow quickly between the toes. Risk of prolonged ulcers and pain, leading to loss of mobility. Margaret, 82, from California, was once a nurse but was embarrassed to talk about the itching and burning in her groin. Initially, it was just a strange odor, slight redness. Then it spread into a persistent, itchy, painful fungal infection. Only when her daughter checked did Margaret realize she had a fungal infection due to moisture and tightness in the skin between her legs, especially as she aged, had difficulty walking, and her skin became wrinkled and prone to sweat. Why does the groin need special attention? Folded skin, constantly moist, easily attacked by bacteria and fungi. Less active seniors who wear overly tight underwear increase the risk. Diabetic, obese, or immunocompromised patients are more susceptible to complications, requiring antibiotics, affecting psychological well-being and overall health. Peter, 79, a retired construction engineer from Ohio, was known for being clean, showering thoroughly every day. But then he discovered his navel was persistently itchy, had a slight odor, and occasionally discharged yellow fluid. After examination, the doctor diagnosed him with a fungal navel infection due to accumulated sweat, dead skin cells, lint, and bacteria. For the elderly, a deeper navel poses more risks if neglected, especially for those with large bellies, limited mobility, previous abdominal surgery, or who had navel piercings when younger. Why clean the navel daily? Loose abdominal skin, deep navel, water retention, dead skin cells, easily causing inflammation and widespread infection. When infected with fungus or bacteria, recovery is slow, easily leading to ulcers or spreading to surrounding areas. Many seniors end up in the hospital just because they forgot to wash their navel. Fingers, toes, and nails is where bacteria hide. A survey at the University of Michigan showed that 90% of seniors forget to clean their nails, fingers, and toes daily. Dirt, dead skin cells, and bacteria accumulated over time can cause nail inflammation, nail fungus, and sores around the nails, which are painful and affect confidence, especially for those who care for grandchildren or participate in group activities. True story. James, 73, from Florida, had lost sensation in his toes due to diabetes. He didn't pay attention to trimming his nails or cleaning between his toes, resulting in a small red swelling quickly becoming inflamed, requiring partial nail removal and affecting his long-term mobility. Advice: check, trim, and clean fingernails and toenails 1 to 2 times a week. Wash and dry thoroughly between each digit after contact with water or dirt. Don't be complacent if you notice redness, pain, or pus around the nails. See a doctor immediately. Few people know that the armpit area contains dozens of sweat glands, is a natural detoxification pathway through the skin, and plays a significant role in the immune system, containing many lymph nodes. Older adults have thinner skin, slower sweat gland activity, making them prone to dampness, odor, infection, or dermatitis. Linda, 77, from Seattle, used to feel self-conscious just because her armpits were always damp and smelly, despite showering every day. After consulting a doctor, she changed her habits, gently washing with mild soap, drying thoroughly, avoiding strong chemical deodorants, and wearing breathable cotton shirts. The result? I'm more confident. I dare to go to gatherings. I dare to hold my grandchildren. I dare to laugh out loud, Linda shared. Why is proper armpit hygiene important? Prevents odor, protects the immune system, lymph nodes, reduces the risk of dermatitis, maintains confidence in social interactions and daily life, no longer haunted by body odor. The feelings aren't just about avoiding an unpleasant odor or a minor dignity as you age. If you truly want to live a healthy, long, and meaningful life, start with these fundamental habits, just as senior health experts and centenarian speakers from around the world consistently advise. You don't need to spend a fortune at a spa, nor do you need elaborate care. 5 minutes, 5 areas, once a day, or twice if you're very active or the weather is hot, and you've effectively retained your youth and significantly reduced the risk of illness.
Man, this how far it's from the ground.
Thoroughly check each area, wash gently, and dry completely. If it's hard to see, ask your children or a family member to help check regularly. Use a separate towel, soft cotton swabs, and mild soap. Prioritize breathable cotton clothing and change underwear frequently. This isn't just about hygiene. It's how you love yourself, demonstrate elderly wisdom, and live a healthy, long, and meaningful life, just as our ancestors taught us. My dear friend, hygiene isn't just about not smelling. It's about keeping yourself healthy, independent, and confident every day. That is wisdom, senior wellness, a precious experience that not everyone realizes early. Don't let your life be limited just because a small area is neglected. Try cleaning these 5 areas thoroughly today, and let me know how you feel. If you've ever explored comments on senior health videos on major international channels, you'd find countless heartfelt confessions from people just like you, living life after 60, 70, and 80. These aren't just theories. They're life lessons from the elderly in action. Mary Thompson, 74, Florida. I used to think showering daily was enough, but then I had persistent itching in my groin. And by the time my daughter found it, it was a fungal infection. Just a few weeks of proper care and I felt confident again, no longer shy about interacting with anyone. Robert Johnson, 72, Oklahoma. I'm over 70 now. I look healthy, but just a crack on my heel sent me to the hospital. Now I've learned my lesson. Every morning I thoroughly check my feet, wash them clean, dry carefully between my toes, and use moisturizer. I feel younger. Linda Evans, 76, Seattle. My armpits were always damp and smelly, and I was too embarrassed to meet friends. But thanks to a video, I changed. I dried my armpit area every day, chose cotton shirts, avoided strong chemical deodorants. The result? I'm more confident, more cheerful. Peter Williams, 80, New York. Don't underestimate your fingernails and toes. I once had nail inflammation and lost sleep due to pain. Now I clean every crevice, trim my nails correctly. Thanks to that, I can walk easily, hold my grandchildren, and play with my friends without feeling self-conscious. These stories are powerful reminders that aging well doesn't mean passively accepting discomfort. It means taking proactive steps. It's not your fault. It's your time to thrive. Often, seniors are reluctant to burden their children or think, I've lived this long. It's normal for my body to weaken. I just have to endure it. That's a common misconception. This stage of life is precisely when you need to love yourself more than ever. A few minutes of careful observation each day can help you discover small changes, proactively preventing issues before you need a doctor, before your body cries out with pain, inflammation, or unpleasant odors. It's not your fault you didn't know. We've often prioritized others, caring for our children and grandchildren, and few taught us to take good care of ourselves, especially in these seemingly tiny, harmless areas. Here are 5 simple daily steps anyone can integrate into their routine. Feet. Check your feet daily in the morning or evening, especially between your toes and on your heels. Wash with warm water and mild soap, using a separate towel to dry thoroughly. Apply moisturizer if skin is dry or cracked, but avoid applying between toes. Wear clean, breathable shoes and change socks daily. Groin. Use a soft cloth, warm water, and mild soap, gently washing each fold, then drying thoroughly. Wear loose, cotton underwear. Avoid overly tight garments. Change underwear frequently, several times a day if you sweat a lot. Navel. Wash with a cotton swab or the corner of a soft cloth dipped in warm water, gently swirling to remove dirt, sweat, and dead skin cells. Dry thoroughly after showering, particularly if your navel is deep or you have a large belly. Check regularly. If you notice redness or unusual discharge, see a doctor immediately. Fingers, toes, and nails. Clean between each finger and toe after washing hands and feet. Trim nails regularly, not too long or too short. If nails are discolored, swollen, or painful, see a specialist. Armpits. Wash gently every day with mild soap, drying thoroughly after showering. Limit strong chemical deodorants. Prioritize breathable, absorbent cotton shirts. If you have persistent body odor or dermatitis, consult a doctor for further advice. Someone once said, cleaning your body every day is not just for health, but also for preserving the dignity and self-respect of old age, whether you live with family, alone, or in a nursing home. This self-care always helps you feel confident, safe, and happy. Slow down, take care of every patch of skin, every toe crevice, every fold. That is elderly wisdom, a life lesson that every generation should pass on. After passing 60, every morning when you wake up, have you ever thought, how can I live healthier than yesterday? How can I maintain joy, autonomy, and dignity, even with gray hair, wrinkled skin, and health that sometimes isn't ideal? The truth is, many of our generational peers, from cities to rural areas, from elderly women living alone in California to old men on Texas farms, share a common concern. How can I avoid becoming a burden to my children and grandchildren? How can I live independently for as long as possible? And the answer is surprisingly simple. Just take proper care, starting with the smallest habits, a little bit each day. These 5 seemingly tiny body areas, if cared for regularly, will be the golden key to help you prevent illnesses from the start. Maintain confidence, independence, flexible mobility, and proactively meet friends and participate in community activities. Keep yourself healthy both physically and mentally. Listen to the thoughts and life experiences that many American seniors have distilled and then passed on to their children and grandchildren, to those who are going through the autumn of life. Evelyn Brooks, 83, Pennsylvania, recounted, "Old age sometimes makes me afraid of dependency, but just by taking care of myself every day, from my feet, hands, armpits to my navel and groin, I feel I live more meaningfully, in control of myself. I don't need much care from anyone. I still go to the market, cook, and tend to my flowers myself. That is true freedom." William Harris, 81, North Carolina, advised, "Keeping my body clean is how I respect myself, and it's also how I keep my promise to my late wife, not to become a burden to our children, always to be as independent as possible." Linda Evans, Seattle, told us, "We can't control our age, but we can control how we take care of ourselves. Every clean patch of skin, every neatly trimmed toenail is a sign of living healthy, living beautifully, living worthily." Many studies on mental health for seniors have shown that people who maintain proper hygiene habits and self-care daily are not only healthier, but also have a more positive mood, less stress, and less loneliness. They confidently interact, readily connect with friends, and participate in community activities. Caring for these 5 areas is an act of slow living, slowing down to listen to yourself, to cherish every moment of being yourself, to preserve a good image in the eyes of family, children, and friends. You know, when you change yourself, when you dare to share your story, you are also inspiring and sowing the seeds of elderly wisdom for countless others who are struggling with health, loneliness, and the self-consciousness of old age. Many senior groups in the US have opened self-care clubs where seniors check their health together, learn how to care for each area of skin, exchange advice and life experiences, and even share small things. How do I stop my heels from itching? Share tips on how to apply cream between toes to avoid fungus. What type of shirt should I choose to keep my armpits cool and not stuffy? Who has quickly cured a groin fungal infection? These small stories have helped thousands of people live more optimistically, more confidently, realizing I am not alone. Old age doesn't mean it's over. Every day you're alive, breathing, and able to take care of yourself is a meaningful day. Remember, even if your body is weaker today, by consistently practicing small habits, you can still control your health, preserve your dignity, and spread love. When you take care of yourself, you are also teaching your children, grandchildren, and community about the value of living healthy, living beautifully, and living deeply every day. Don't hesitate to ask. Don't be afraid to share difficulties. Don't keep your body concerns to yourself, because elderly wisdom is the result of sharing and connection. Have you ever forgotten any of these 5 areas? Comment, "Clean body parts after 70" or "Elderly wisdom," now to share your feelings and help me build a stronger senior health community. If you have experienced the pain of neglecting a small area of your body, comment, "Life lessons from the elderly," or share your story and experience below. Let me and everyone else know what helped you overcome the toughest days, what habit changed your life after 60. If you found this video helpful, please send it to a loved one, a friend, or someone you think needs to hear this advice. You just helped them avoid pain, medical bills, or self-consciousness in old age. Don't forget to subscribe to the Elderly Wisdom After 60 channel, where every week I'll share everyday stories and life lessons from the elderly to help you live healthy, live long, and never be alone on this journey. We share life stories, keeping the flame alive for living healthy, living deeply, and living long, making every day more meaningful.